I'm Judy Green and welcome to NatChat. Today we're going to be talking about soul healing and power of the soul, and my very special guest is Marilyn Smith, and she's visiting us from America. So Marilyn, I know you've had an incredible life and such an interesting journey, I'd have to say. But first I'd like to turn the clock back to your childhood, and I remember you telling me earlier that you had a very serious accident when you were very young, and could we share your story with the viewers?
Certainly. I was less than 2 years old. I had just learned how to walk and had this serious accident that affected the lower part of my body. The recovery method was for friends and relatives of my grandparents to come over to their home and to hold me. So for 24 hours a day, someone was holding me, and they were either sitting in my grandfather's rocking chair, rocking me back and forth, or they were walking back and forth in the living room, holding me. And that was the way that I recovered. In the context of Dr. Shah's teachings, I now realize that the healing of that whole process was really their love. And in Dr. Shah's teachings, love removes all blockages and transforms life.
So Marilyn, for the viewers at home that do not know of Dr. Shah, could you please explain the work that he does and how you first were introduced to him?
Certainly. Dr. Shah is a healer, an extraordinary healer, a teacher, a spiritual leader, and the way he really identifies himself is to say that he is a servant of humanity, Mother Earth, and the divine. And actually that is the way that he prefers to be identified. For him, it is a great honor and privilege to serve. His healing ability is really extraordinary, and there are numerous stories that people have shared about the impact his healing abilities have made on their lives. And I personally first met Master Shah the weekend after 9/11 in 2001. And in the States, that whole experience had such a profound impact on absolutely everybody. And I know that there was the ripple worldwide, but for those of us in the States, it was really profound. The weekend after that, I had already decided to go to a workshop, and my sister and I were both going to go. At that workshop, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, with the exception of breaks, we chanted.
Oh.
And it was absolutely, the way I describe it is it changed my life. Mm-hmm. Because what we did is we chanted God's light for all those hours.
Now, was this a healing for all the people that were affected for that period, or?
What Master Shah did is he started it by giving a little teaching, and he has what he calls the say hello greeting. So in that greeting, he called on the souls of absolutely everyone who was part of 9/11. Those who had died, their families, their friends, the president of the country, the emergency workers, their family and friends, the terrorists, their family and friends, everybody, all the souls that you could think of. And he invited all of them to be God's light. Not to be, just in God's light, but to become God's light. And then all of us who were at the workshop, he said, to chant this and to go into the condition. Well, that was a brand new term to me. I thought, go into the condition. What does this mean? And for him, that means that you become what you chant. So each one of us there became God's light, and we chanted God's light for those number of hours.
Now, Question, when you were going to this workshop, did you have any idea what to expect, and did you have background? Were you following, well, I'm sure you were following some sort of spiritual path, but was this anything like you could have even thought you were going? Did you have any idea what you're to expect?
Well, when I signed up for I can't actually remember the topic of the workshop. Master Shah did teach it. He taught it in a half an hour. And when I went to the workshop, well, my sister and I, both of us, and all the other people signed up for whatever the topic was. So that's what we thought was going to happen. But that was certainly not the most important thing.
Yes, of course.
So Master Shah dealt with what was most important. He did teach the topic, but I absolutely did not expect to be chanting all day long. But it was such a gift. It was absolutely a gift. And the impact on my life, I could measure. I could actually measure, because there were two figures.
Now, just at that point, I want to talk about the impact in your life, but it's time to go to a commercial break. So you've been watching NatChat, so I'm going to be back with Marilyn after the break, so don't you go away. We'll be talking more about soul healing and power of the soul.